Hi, and welcome to another episode of Emerald Isle Vacation Home Specialist. I am your host, Dennis Richkovsky. Some of you recognize me as the co-owner of Flip Flops Donuts, and some of you know me as your broker of real estate, especially specializing in waterfront and water view properties along the Crystal Coast, especially on Bogue Banks and in Emerald Isle, North Carolina. One of the benefits of living at the coast full time is that I get to witness the change from summer into fall. I get to forget crowds, I get to relish cooler air and warm water, and I get to continue putting a little sand between my toes on my daily walk on the beach. This episode is all about 6 reasons why you should come down and join me. But before I give you these 6 reasons to join me here at the Crystal Coast in the autumn, I am obliged to share with you a public service announcement about the COVID-19 pandemic and North Carolina's response to that pandemic. Currently, the entire state of North Carolina is in phase 3 of its response to reopening during the COVID-19 pandemic. This phase 3 became effective on Friday, October 2nd, and is scheduled through at least October 23rd, Friday, October 23rd, when the threat of pandemic will be reevaluated. In the meanwhile, all at-risk populations are encouraged to remain home under phase 3, and face coverings are still required at all times while in public, both indoors and out, when unable to maintain a 6-foot distance from one another. This requirement includes all employees, small businesses or big, and customers of all retail businesses, restaurants, and personal care businesses. Exceptions include people with medical conditions, children under 5, and people who are walking or exercising outside, although masks are still encouraged, depending on the strenuousness of the activity. Phase 3 allows restaurants, museums, aquariums, animal parks, and swimming pools to remain open with limited capacity. Bars, large and small outdoor venues, and entertainment venues such as theaters and amusement parks can now open with limited capacity. Gatherings are still generally limited to no more than 25 people indoors and 50 people outdoors. If traveling, individuals are encouraged to check with local governments to determine whether additional limitations are still in place. And we advise you to contact lodging establishments directly for their most up-to-date information. Please use your best judgment when traveling and practice good hygiene while avoiding close contact with others. With all that housekeeping out of the way, here are my 6 reasons why visiting the Crystal Coast is potentially a good thing, pandemic or not. Summer may be serious beach time for many, but savvy beachgoers know fall is an ideal time to revel in the natural splendor found along North Carolina's Crystal Coast. And reason number 1 is the opportunity to soak up mild temperatures and warm water. Hit the beach during the fall in North Carolina and enjoy the warmth of the sun while temperatures hover pleasantly in the mid-70s to low 80s during the day. Light winds continue to come up from the southwest, making evenings delightfully cool and perfect for outdoor dining on fresh seafood, maybe accompanied by a local craft beer, and perfect for Flip Flops Donut Shop. Especially nice here at the Crystal Coast are the water temperatures in October that average in the low 80s and mid 70s during the autumnal season, making it an ideal time for swimming or just letting the waves lap around your ankles as you search for shells that are abundant this time of the year. It's also a great time to surf, kayak, and sail, with rentals and lessons readily available. Reason number 2 is all about enjoying quiet beaches and lower rates. If you dream of a deserted stretch of beach, remember that the summer crowds are gone, leaving behind peaceful expanses of sand and surf for you to enjoy. Adding to your enjoyment are the lower rates on places to stay here at the Crystal Coast as fall sets in. The shoulder seasons give you an opportunity to rent a home on the beach for a fraction of what that same house would rent for in high season. Reason number 3 is to explore waterfront towns and state parks. The Crystal Coast of North Carolina has attracted explorers for hundreds of years, and a crisp fall day is well suited for a variety of expeditions. Take a stroll or bicycle excursion around a historic town such as Beaufort or Harkers Island and Newport. Camping opportunities abound along the coast here, particularly in state parks, making it easy to plan a night under the stars, often just steps away from the surf. Or just amble for miles along a secluded beach with the seabirds as your only company. Golf is a favorite pastime up and down the Crystal Coast, with courses flanked by water and swirled by sea breezes. My favorite course, the Crystal Coast Country Club, located in Pine Knoll Shores on Bogue Banks, recently underwent a massive renovation and is now open to members and non-members alike. Non-members have access to tee times after 11 a.m. Strongly recommended, of course, is simply finding a time to sit and be lulled by the peaceful sound of the ocean. Reason number 4 is to experience pirate history and the Civil War. The North Carolina Crystal Coast is steeped in history, from the mystery of the Lost Colony to the legend of Blackbeard, who was killed in a bloody battle in Ocracoke Inlet in 1718. Artifacts from Queen Anne's Revenge, Blackbeard's flagship, are on display at the North Carolina Maritime Museum in Beaufort, while the natural wonders of our waters are revealed in the State Aquarium at Pine Knoll Shores. Civil War buffs also will want to visit Newport and Fort Macon, where they'll learn the history and see remnants of key land and sea battles that involved some of North Carolina's most intense engagements during the Civil War. Reason number 5 is the opportunity to cast a fishing line near or far from shore and actually catch a fish or two. There's no better time than fall for fishing along the North Carolina Crystal Coast, as attested to by the multitudes of anglers who make annual pilgrimages to Bogue, Core, and Shackleford Banks. The beaches of the southern Outer Banks are favorites for surf fishermen, while coastal rivers and sounds abound with stripers, red drum, sea trout, mackerel, and more. If you want to try your luck offshore, guided outings can be readily booked, and fishermen young and old will tell you there's nothing better than dropping a line from Bogue Inlet Pier, one of North Carolina's ocean piers, which stretches hundreds of feet out into the Atlantic Ocean. Reason number 6 is all about festivals. Fall is a prime festival time along the Crystal Coast of North Carolina, with celebrations featuring music, arts and crafts, history, food and drink, and just plain fun. These include the Swansboro Mullet Festival, the Strange Seafood Festival in Morehead City, and the Crystal Coast Celebration of Oysters. Regardless of your taste or interest, it's a good bet there's a festival or special event for you this fall along the North Carolina Crystal Coast. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic referenced at the beginning of this show, please check local tourism websites for the most up-to-date information on an event of your choosing. So come on down and experience fall here on Bogue Banks, and return next week to the same bat channel at the same bat time of 9 a.m. on Thursday for another episode of Emerald Isle Vacation Home Specialist.